Hello and welcome to World of Warships Legends. I am Zarkoon, and today I've got a barn burner of a game for you. And it's probably a barn burner of a game because it is not played by me. In fact, it is played by Bun 143, or 143, I'm not sure how it's supposed to be said. So, this is me pulling a jingles. That's right. I am putting commentary over somebody else's gameplay for once. You can call it a community replay, community recording. I don't know, it's not really a replay, it's a recording. But this is Bun 143 in the Tier 7 Premium French battleship Jean Bart. And Bun here is going to have a barn burner of a game. At one point when I was watching this, checking it out before I decided to do commentary over it, I actually said some words out loud during one part, and I will point that part out to you. Anyway, this is something I'm willing to do if anyone else wants me to do commentary over their gameplay. I'm willing to do these community replays. Not sure if anybody is interested in that, but if so, you can contact me and let me know, because I had a lot of fun doing this video. Anyway, in the time I've been talking, Bun has accumulated 48,000 damage, and she's got a long way to go before this is over. But before we get into that, let me ask you a question. Do you think that accumulating 281,000 damage and a Kraken Unleashed medal to boot will be enough to carry this team to victory? I'm not gonna say either way, but continue watching to find out. Now, Bun is playing this spawn, and the enemy team is playing this spawn in a way that I did not expect. Usually, when you spawn on the Bravo cap here on this map, you got somebody from either or both teams pushing immediately into the Bravo cap. Nobody on either Bun's team or the enemy team did that at all. And in fact, Bun is sailing away now. Got a lot of battleships, it looks like, approaching that B cap. So she is repositioning to get better shots on target. Meanwhile, her team has conceded the Alpha cap. The enemy is in the process of capping Charlie. Points 380 on the enemy team, 205 on the friendlies. Not something that you couldn't come back from, but in order to do that, you're going to need caps. Doesn't seem like Bun is really going to have much success if she decides to push into B. And she clearly doesn't want to come around the corner here and be in the firing range of all 3 or 4 of those enemy battleships. So she's turning around, putting a little distance, and then she's going to reorient herself over back this way. Looks like she's got 2 teammates here on this flank with her, but we've got 1 Miyoko over there and about 4 battleships over there. So it's not looking very good. Although the team does manage to take down that Colorado. So Bun's team is down a cruiser and a destroyer. Enemy team is down a battleship. Enemy team is still ahead on points though. But not if Bun has anything to say about it. She's going to give it a go here, take a shot off at that, I think it was a Nagato. Maybe it was an Amagi. Either way, drop spot there. 2 overpens, 82,000 damage. Aha, it is a Nagato. And let's see what this guy's doing. Oh, yep. He is given an unhealthy amount of broadside over to Bun's Jean Bart here. She pops the reload booster. First salvo very unfortunately misses. Second salvo, she's going to aim at this Amagi out here, who is also broadside. The Nagato, to his credit, realized, oh no, this Jean Bart is shooting at me, I better turn away. Amagi, not so much. About 14k damage there with 2 penetrations and 4 overpens. Rather nasty. Lucky for the Amagi that wasn't a citadel. But now, in case we didn't have enough battleships showing us broadside this game, we've got a Vanguard out here. And everybody knows that the firing angles on the Vanguard are so terrible that you have no choice but to turn broadside. No, just kidding. That's sarcasm. I guess the firing angles on the Vanguard aren't ideal, but I don't have one. Maybe I can't really say. Only tier 7 battleship I don't have, but I've seen enough videos that the Vanguard can't possibly have to go broadside as much as it does. It must be something else. Bun Bun over here pinging this pesky Moss right now for her teammates to shoot. Unfortunately, it doesn't look like she has a teammate in a position to shoot them. So she is reversing now. She's about to kick it into full gear and move a little bit closer to this cluster of enemy battleships over here. We've got an Iowa presenting a bit of broadside. Looks like he's slightly angled. Salvo's out. We're going to see what it does here. Perhaps... Oh, no, there we go. 10k. That was alright. Up to 111,000 damage. Now, still 8 minutes to go in the battle. Looks like the entire push on the enemy team over there, with those 4 battleships now reduced to 3. I thought they were originally going for B to cap it, but they saw the Jean Bart there and they said, nope, we better turn around. So they have, but the Jean Bart, it's a pretty quick ship, and it has followed them. So shots off on that Iowa there. Nasty Citadel hit, reduces him to almost nothing. Of course, the game will not allow Bun Bun to kill that Iowa, at least not yet. But luckily for her and us, we have another candidate out here. We've got the Amagi. Not quite within the firing range. It looks like it's about halfway through that white circle on the minimap. So I don't think Bun Bun would be able to get effective shots on him from this range. But we have a small underage boat full of deadly metal fish coming our way. So we're going to have to take a couple shots at him. Bun Bun launches a salvo, hits the Benson for 2,500 damage. Nice little chunk off his health there. Imploring the teammates to please shoot at that Benson. They oblige. First salvo launched his way is rather ineffective. Second salvo, courtesy of that Colorado, obliterates the Benson. And we've got another destroyer coming around the corner here, just asking to be killed. So, guns are almost on him. He's slowing down, smoking up. He doesn't want to die. But even though he doesn't want to die, Bun Bun has the HE loaded. Shots are out. That destroyer is dead. First kill of the game. Only took 133,000 damage to get there. And if you thought Bun Bun was done at this point, oh no, she's just getting started. So AP is loaded again. Iowa on very low health out there. Send some shots his way. They look nice, and indeed they do finish him off. 2 kills now for Bun Bun and the Jean Bart, but unfortunately, Bun Bun only has 1 teammate left. The enemy controls the Charlie and Alpha Caps. They are ahead on points by a colossal score of 668 and counting to 105 and stagnant. But the Vanguard, not content with his team's insurmountable lead here, decides he needs to come out here, turn broadside. Unfortunately, the game does not allow Bun Bun to punish him. The Vanguard, in addition to receiving all the buffs it has received, has, little known fact, actually received a buff where the incoming fire dispersion is, increased by 50%. So even when it's sailing broadside, nobody can hit it because nobody can figure out how to actually play the ship. Therefore, Wargaming has needed to buff it into superpowered status. Just kidding. That was my attempt at a joke. I hope that landed. Probably not. Nagato out there. Oh, look at that. 13k off of him. Vanguard, not content with exposing the starboard side of the ship, the port side of the ship to enemy fire, has decided to turn and expose the starboard side of the ship to enemy fire. But he is going behind that island. Shots, however, are out, and another 12k. Seems like every shot Bun Bun has taken this game has been high damage. So, good job to her. Already up to 183,000 damage. Got a Nagato out here who has decided I cannot get effective fire with my AP against the Jean Bart. Better burn her down. Except no, I actually have to turn and get my rear guns on the Jean Bart because the first one didn't do anything. And actually, I'm not going to fire at the Jean Bart. I'm going to fire at the other battleship and just expose my broadside. But Bun Bun has spotted... Oh, no, never mind. She's going to take a shot here at this Nagato. He is going to die, no question. Yep, there he goes. And with a Citadel to boot. 3 kills, 196,000 damage. Now, 2 versus 3. Bun Bun seems to be in a position to pull things back for her team a little bit. And the B cap is now secured, but the enemy points lead is insurmountable. If Bun Bun is to win, she is going to have to sink all of these enemy ships. And that Colorado, who, if you notice on the minimap, has been hanging around by that island in the Bravo cap with presumably firing angles on that Miyoko out there, who I assume is harassing him. He's just been hanging out there. He has failed to sink the Miyoko, and in fact he is going to sink shortly, but not before Bun Bun takes down yet another enemy ship. And here is the Vanguard. And watch this. Bun Bun has one turret knocked out of commission, but it's about to come back up online. And with one gun, she's firing into the broadside of this Vanguard. That shot was disappointing, could have been a lot better. Gun's almost back up, and Vanguard hits it again and disables it permanently. So Bun Bun's firepower has been reduced by 50% for the entire rest of the game. Now watch this. Guns are loaded, shot is out, and 2 Citadels for over 16,000 damage each. The Vanguard is almost dead. One little tap from a secondary or another salvo from the remaining turret will finish him off. He is going to sink no matter what, and that is just going to leave Bun Bun versus the Miyoko. There we go. Kraken Unleashed. 250,000 damage. Done. It was originally a 2 versus 4, but for all intents and purposes, it was a 1 versus 4. It is now down to a 1 versus 1 with less than a minute to go. And here's the Miyoko. Sailing is that broadside. Let's see. Let's look down the sights. Bun Bun, not a lot of time left. Oh, yeah, pretty much broadside. Alright, this one's gonna have to do it. Not sure if we can get another salvo sent his way before it is done. And that is promising. A Citadel. He has been reduced to half health. Bun Bun looking real cool down the bow of the ship here. She's aiming. Shots are almost reloaded. This is for sure going to be her final chance. The gun is loaded. Shots are out. And another Citadel, but not enough to finish off the Miyoko. The time will expire before Bun Bun is reloaded, and unfortunately, this battle ends in defeat. Well, I hope you liked it. If you did, give it a thumbs up. Check out Bun Bun's channel, linked in the description, and consider subscribing to my channel. Got a lot of World of Warships Legends content coming all the time, and possibly more videos like this if you would like to share them with me. Thank you for watching. I will see you next time. Goodbye.